How's it going, everybody? I want to introduce my new wingman who's going to be on the channel hopefully a lot more often. His name is Nico. He is as knowledgeable or more than I on beer, and so with that we have a pretty special occasion. It's a beer that I've had in my fridge for quite some time now, and I've been wanting to review it. This is Trois Pistoles by Unibroue. This comes out of Quebec, Canada, at 9% ABV. It is a dark ale on lees, as they describe it. And there's a little history that goes along with the bottle. If you look at the label, there is a fiery winged horse going over a church. Two stories. First, the name. The story is that there was a French explorer on a boat who dropped a very precious item overboard, and he exclaimed, "Trois pistoles," when it fell in the water, and that means 3 coins in French, I believe it is. And so that's where they got the name from, because he was under the influence when he dropped it. The second story is the artwork. The fiery horse in the church. Basically, there's a temple or a church in Quebec, Canada, and the story is that the priest who was building the church on the hill summoned a horse from the nether, and they used this horse to carry the extremely heavy bricks up the hill, but on the very last brick, someone took the saddle off and it became untamed and it flew away, as you can see in the picture here. And that's why if you visit that church today in Canada, there's a brick missing from the church. Pretty crazy stuff, isn't it? So, this beer is supposed to be a real treat. Like I said, I've been wanting to open it so badly for so long.
How long have you been letting a bottle from it?
Oh man, it's been in there for, what, I'd say probably at least half a year. And I don't know when the bottling was. I'm trying to see when the date on it was. Let's see, best before 2015. I'm not sure. If it's best before 2015, then this is bottle re-fermenting, so I don't know when it would have been bottled.
Check on the front label.
Doesn't say. I don't know. But it's been sitting longer than I want it to, because I've been wanting to drink it bad.
It only gets better.
Yeah.
Until 2015.
Until 2015. Yeah. So, this is one of your caged beers that has the cork, and that's because it continues to ferment in the bottle. So, okay, lots of smoke coming off of that. We're going to be using the Duvel glass today because it is a properly shaped snifter that displays aromas very proper. And I'm going to give this a pour now, straight out of the bottle. Has sort of a golden kind of amber tint to it.
It's a little bit darker than I was expecting.
Here, go ahead and do yours, and then we'll kind of swish at the bottom and get the rest of that yeast in there. As far as color goes, up to the light, it's an incredibly dark copper. It looks black unless you hold it up to the light.
Even then, very little light gets through it.
So what I'm doing right now, in bottle fermenting beers, you have a lot of little yeast nuggets and wafty clouds of yeast in the bottom, and you want to get all those goodies out. Shake the bottle, and then pour the remainder. There you go, sir. As far as smell,
the nose is very similar to the Samuel Adams series with the Stony Brook Red and the 13th Hour Stout. It's sour-ish.
It is sourish, but you know what it kind of reminds me of is a slightly fruitier version of Golden Drop.
Yeah.
As far as smell. Okay, so things I'm picking apart. There's a little bit of an alcohol tinge to it, and 9% is to be expected most of the time. Malts. You picking up any fruits right now? This is straight chilled, so the aroma is a little shut down right now for sure.
The aroma is a little bit shut down, but even with that, you can definitely smell the darker fruits.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming through very distinct.
It almost has like a kind of almost wine sort of note to it at the end there.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Head dissipates down to just a film. Can't tell about lacing yet, but it's just a slightly tan, kind of ivory off-white head. So, without further ado, let's taste it.
Cheers.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. It's got a really, really good bite of carbonation right there on the front end, and that's from the bottle fermenting. They put the yeast in the bottle right before they bottle it, and so after that, there's still live yeast in it, producing more CO2 and alcohol. The longer you bottle it, the more carbonated it will be.
It's sweet, but not cloyingly sweet, which is good. At the end, there's definitely lots of dark cooked fruits, almost like a wine wang to it, but not quite as grapey as that.
Yeah. Not dry enough to have a good wine taste to it, but definitely lots of dark fruit flavors coming through. Strong, not overpowering.
No.
Not overpowering, but it's strong presence.
For as malty as it is, there's no real stout qualities like chocolate or coffee in it, though.
No. Yeah, the color is kind of deceiving.
Yeah, it is.
The color is really deceiving. It looks like it would have a lot heavier flavors like the espresso and the chocolate, but not so much, and not as much caramel as you'd expect either.
There's barely any, actually. So,
good beer though.
I suggest we let this warm up a minute and come back to it. What do you think?
Great idea.
We'll be back in a second. Alright guys, we've been letting these warm up for about, 10 minutes now about?
Something like that.
And so far I haven't tasted it yet, but in aroma it has opened up a lot. The fruits are coming through very full force now.
You can smell a little bit more alcohol as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pick the fruits out. Actually does smell like there's kind of grape in it almost.
Yeah, almost like prunes, kind of.
Yeah,
like a darker fruit, kind of similar to that. Darker dried fruits.
No, there ain't cherries. Because they're saying cherries. I guess I get a slight tinge of it.
Right. Yeah.
Things like dates, prunes, grape, and a little bit of cherry, but these are cooked fruits, not fresh fruits. All kind of in like a wine medley sort of smell to it.
Still, very, very little hops. Or I'm not really picking up much malt at all either.
I'm not either.
It's very fruity, a little bit of alcohol, little sourness there.
And the taste, it gets very sour. It's good though.
Yeah, and in about that 10 or 15 minutes has lost practically all of its carbonation.
I would say actually the bitterness has been replaced by sourness.
Yeah.
What would you call this? Medium bodied? As far as mouthfeel?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to place. Yeah, I'd say medium bodied. It's nothing like that Nitro Milk Stout.
No.
But it's also not, Michelob Ultra. It's
It's in between somewhere.
Yeah, it's a little bit more full bodied than some beers you would drink. Most pale ales, IPAs.
But it's a little bit. But it's not quite as heavy bodied as like a stout either.
Yeah, it's
somewhere in between.
It's pretty middle of the road. It's got a pretty unique flavor. I like it though. It's a good beer. It's definitely unique.
It's definitely worth a try, and I would say let it age a bit because I can see this probably being bitter if it was like fresh. Straight.
I can see it. I can see it definitely getting better if we would have uncorked it 2 years from now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 to 5 rating time. That's what everyone came here for.
What do you think?
I'm wanting to say, do you think it's a 4 something, or do you think it's a high 3?
One more drink.
Yeah, I'll give it one more drink of that.
I'd say appearance-wise, with the head right after pouring it, it's a 4.9. I'd say flavor-wise and overall drinking experience, I'd say it's probably a 4.1 or 2, just over 4.
Yeah, 5. I like that. 4.2, 4.1.5.
Yeah. How much did you pay for it?
It was actually quite expensive. I think it was in like the $12 range for the large size bottle.
Mm-hmm.
They do have it in 6-packs, which is kind of interesting. That,
Really?
Yeah, can't get them around here, but they do release them in 6-packs. I don't know if they're still bottle fermenting. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
I'd definitely say it was worth a try.
It's worth a try for sure.
It's not something I drink every day, just price wise, but it's definitely worth a try.
And I'd definitely say it's good for winter.
Yeah.
Better for winter. Don't drink it on a hot day. It's not a lawnmower beer, or something people like to call them. Slight ending notes just to get very peculiar. The head does dissipate down to a complete film. There's virtually no lacing on the glass. Like if it's minimal. I mean, it's barely even there. Finish is quick.
Yeah.
Not even medium. Pretty quick finish. Maybe a little bit of the sour rests on the tongue afterwards. But for the most part, between quick to medium finish.
It all seemed kind of quick. You know, the head dissipated quickly. The 100% of the carbonation, practically 100%, was gone within maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And the flavor is quick. That's not to say that it's bad, but it's
Quick.
it's quick.
Alright guys, so that has been Trois Pistoles Dark Ale on Lees. Go out and try yourselves one if you can find it, and we'll see you on the next review.
Cheers.